Good morning, Bitcoiners. Welcome to the channel Bitcoin for Mere Mortals, where we're going to talk about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, technology, and the future. Bitcoin for Mere Mortals is also a book that is available at Amazon. And Bitcoin here we don't give financial advice, or we only give education and entertainment, of course. What's going on with the markets? Well, today seems to be picking up slightly. Nothing major, but 3%. Bitcoin is up almost 2.5%, which is good. Ethereum is also almost 2%. But still, there's still some fear in the market. It will take some time until things develop, I think. Solana is up 6.7%, which is good. Then we got Dogecoin at 13%, Avalanche 15%, and Polygon at 8.6%. So in general, it's a green day. It's good. There is less fear in the markets. Let's have a look at the fear and greed index. Today is 28, but there is fear in the market, but yesterday it was extreme fear. So it's getting better. But remember, when there's the more fear there is, the better price, the better the opportunity to enter the market. So today is a good day to enter, but yesterday was even better. Okay, just want to let you know about this piece of news. The crypto world is providing a lot of jobs. There's a lot of work to do. This is a new platform. It's a new industry that's being created as we speak, and they need thousands of engineers, thousands of legal and finance experts, and more people that commercial, like anybody writing about it or talking about it, or it's like the internet in the 90s. Basically, everything needs to be done, and it needs to be done by people like you. If you don't like your job, or if you don't have a job, or if you have children thinking about what to do, definitely this is an industry to look into. Especially if you like the world of technology and crypto finance. Certainly, if I was 18 now, I would be going into this for sure. I mean, I'm not 18 anymore, and I am probably gonna make my living from this in the future. So there you go. Just to let you know. And again, this is a graph showing you the miners. Instead of sending the Bitcoin, miners they mine 900 Bitcoins every day, and usually they send it to the exchanges where people can buy. But now they are not doing that. They are keeping them because they know it's gonna go up. They're either selling them over the counter or keeping them as an investment. So the supply in the exchanges is drying out, and the less supply, the higher the price. It will take some time to reach that level, but eventually it will. Today we're going to talk about banks in general, central banks and commercial banks, right? Here's some news about another German saving banks. No, more than one German bank. They want to enable Bitcoin for 50 million clients. So there you go. Banks used to laugh at Bitcoin. It's a crazy idea. It's something stupid. Then they started to worry, and they started spreading FUD. They were saying, "Oh, this is a Ponzi scheme. This is a bubble. It's gonna burst." Now they're offering it to the clients. So there you go. If you can beat them, join them, right? This is what's going on, and banks are beginning to worry. And with a reason, about Bitcoin. They're beginning to worry a lot because Bitcoin can do a lot of damage, and we're going to speak about this. And they have two enemies right now. Again, central bank keeps printing money. This is the European Central Bank. Is now printed 8 trillions, 8.5 trillions. The more they print euros, but the less value these euros will have. So you better put your money in a safe place before it goes to it gets devalued to zero. The Bank of England is warning people that crypto could be a threat to the financial system. Of course, it be a threat. That's the whole point. I mean, what do you think? Why do you think Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin 13 years ago? To pose a threat to the financial system. Obviously, that's the whole point. What Satoshi Nakamoto wanted to create, it was a parallel system in which there was more transparency, immutability, money that was permissionless, and also scarcity. He wanted to create a scarcity instead of the abundance in which the dollar and the euro and the pound is being printed. So yeah, it is a threat. Definitely is a threat. And here is some news from Twitter. Did you know that you could buy shares of central banks? For example, this is the Central Bank of Belgium, and this is the Bank of Japan. You could have bought share of these banks 5 years ago, and then you would have lost 40% here and 36% here. If you instead of buying that, if you had bought Bitcoin, you would have made 5,000%. So there you go. Don't invest in central banks, basically, because they keep printing money, and the money is worthless. And today, yeah, let's talk about this. I had this argument with some friends the other day about is Bitcoin going to replace the banking system as we know it? Well, I think so. Let me tell you why. Technology in general, especially disruptive technology, tries to get rid of the middleman, or the intermediary. Do you remember this? If you have some age, if you are of a certain age, you will remember this: a tape. This is how you move forward the tape. You go like this. You use a big pen, and this is no longer in fashion. You cannot buy this anymore, I don't think. There was other things that I used to have. I still have one. This is a book of to find your way around Madrid. Look at how thick it is. This used to cost 10 euros or something like that. And you had to look at the streets here, and then find your way out. You had to carry this with you every time you went to a new address if you wanted to find it. Already gone. These are a vinyl. They still sell it, like for memorabilia, for nostalgia, this and that. But they no longer. And this is obviously books, like my book. You have my book here on paper, but it's also available on ebook. What I'm trying to say is all these industries were run by intermediaries. There was book printing industry, there was map printing industry, there was a music industry, there was a video industry, there was a newspaper industry. All that is gone. It was killed by this guy here. The phone, Google, Apple, Amazon, Facebook. If technology tends to kill intermediaries, what's going to happen to banks, because remember the banks are intermediaries. Central banks print money, and this money goes to commercial banks. Commercial banks lend that money to you and to companies and make a profit doing so. So when we have paper money, and even now with sort of digital money, banks are necessary, because you don't have a direct connection to the central bank. But central bank are going to release CBDCs. CBDCs are central bank digital currencies. These are like crypto inspired. They have been inspired and forced by Bitcoin to do their own digital currency, and it will have a blockchain. It will be created by central banks, but it will be very centralized. When this happens, I believe this is going to be less than 5 years. In less than 5 years, we will have a digital euro, digital dollar, digital yuan, digital yen, digital pound, and all this will go directly from the central bank to your mobile phone, and they will pay you your salary there. Pensioners, civil servants, and even anybody working for a companies will be forced to pay you in central bank digital currencies, and the money will come directly from the European Central Bank or the the Federal Reserve or whatever. It will go from here to here, and this intermediary will no longer be necessary. So when you don't need an intermediary like this, what happens? It goes away. So this is why I'm very bearish for banks. I don't think banks will survive for the next 10 years. We will see. They will try to get into crypto. They will try to make different line of business. That reminds me of blockbusters. Blockbusters in 2000. They were huge. They were renting DVDs and renting VHS and all that. And then Netflix make a move and start delivering DVDs through mail order first, and then through the internet. And they didn't worry about it. They said, no, Netflix is just a bunch of guys that are trying to compete with us. We're powerful. We got money. We got shops all over the world. Only 2 or 3 years later, they went down. They went bankrupt. So when you are no longer needed as an intermediary, you don't have business. You don't have a business. It's simple as that. Banks have been very useful and have been very powerful for more than a century. But if we don't need them anymore, because we have Bitcoin and because we will be forced to use central bank digital currencies, what's the future of banks? I don't think they have a lot of future. If you don't agree with that, please leave a comment below, and we can have an argument about that. So that's what I want to tell you today. This is the fiat system is a plane that is in the water ditching, and Bitcoin is the lifeboat. So try to get into your lifeboat as quick as possible, otherwise it's going to be full, and it won't be any room for you and your family. So remember to subscribe, notification bell, comment and share. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you tomorrow.